From the previous video, so we're able to run the sample mqtt.py as a way to show that the virtual environment as well as PAHO MQTT was properly installed. So now I'll try to discuss more on the different functions that are here in this code. So first, you could say that it imports the paho.mqtt.client and give it an alias of mqtt, and then here it defines a function, and he called it onConnect with the parameters client, user data, plugs, and RC, or the result code. And you notice that inside this function, it will just print the value of RC to tell us what's the result code. So then also next it will subscribe. So this is now the part where this sample program is actually subscribing to a certain topic. So here client.subscribe, and topic is a special topic, because of the dollar symbol, which basically it's trying to subscribe on the internal statistics of the broker. So, and then after declaring the onConnect function here, it also defined another function which it is called onMessage, with the parameters of client, user data, and then the message. Here you can see that for this function it will only print the message that topic. So if you still remember, there is a topic and also the payload. So it will print the topic as well as the payload. So as you can see, if you remember in the previous example, and then here, this is where we actually now try to define our client by just creating this object client, which is equal to the mqtt.client. And then here we defined two sort of callback functions or events, where the first event is the client.onConnect, and once this event is triggered, it will call the onConnect function. So actually this onConnect function will be triggered whenever the broker responds with a connection acknowledgement. So this is where the client will know that, okay, there's a established connection to the broker. The next one is the client that onMessage, which will call up the onMessage function. So basically this function or this callback function will trigger this function here that will only print out the received topic as well as the payload. So, and then here for this part, this is where you actually connect to the broker. So client.connect, and it is specified in here, this is the client, the mqtt.eclipse.org, and then the port, which is 1883, and this parameter is I think it's on the it's similar to the timeout. Then lastly, we have here the client.loop forever. So the purpose this one, as it is mentioned, is it's not the same with the loop functions or for loop or while loop, but this one will try to listen to any incoming traffic that it will receive. So that means this code will continually run in order to continually monitor or check if there are really incoming messages. So what this sample code is doing is it's both a publisher and at the same time a subscriber client. So to learn more about this one, you can actually check this documentation here, so you will understand more on how it was being implemented, what are the functionalities. So this code here is actually the sample code that we tried to use in the sample.mqtt. So we just copy that code and then we try to run it. So, and then more explanations on how the library could be used. So So I will not be discussing all of this, but I'll give you the it's up to you to really explore more on this one, to understand the different functionality. So particularly as of the moment, um, you'll need to understand like this one, the connect function. So this is where we actually connect, um, and also we have okay, the loop forever. So if you remember in our code, it uses the loop forever, the publish function. Actually, we didn't have publish there. We only have the subscribe. So this one. So I want you to explore it on your own so that you can better understand this code. So just to show you another example, I tried to implement another code here. So I call it the sample publish, and the other one is the sample subscribe. So it's like we have two different client. One is the publisher, one while the other one is for the subscriber. Okay, I'll try to split the editor. Okay, so for this side we have the subscriber client, and here we have the publisher client. So basically we'll try to compare. They are almost the same when it comes to importing the library, but here I also imported the time, and then so the rest we also still have the connect function. So it's important for us to know if this certain client really connects to the broker. And then also for this one, it's actually the same with the code here, or so you see it's just basically the same with this one, or with the one we have here, the first one that we try to execute. So basically the same. What changes I made is that instead of subscribing to this special topic, I assigned it a new topic, which is the January sample. So this is now the topic where it's subscribed, and then here we still have the message, because since this is the subscriber, it expects to receive the message, and then the rest are just the same. But here for the connect, since this is a publisher, we don't expect this client to receive anything. It will only publish something. So as you can see, I removed the on message function, as well as the client on message callback function. So I only retain the on connect function, and then this client dot on connect. The rest are just the same. I still have also the client dot connect, but this time before I would actually run the rest of the code, I put some delay of 1 second, and I set her a counter to 0. So what I would like to do here is that the publisher will publish the value of count, and then it will do it in every 1 second, while the subscriber here will only display the value of count. So to test it out, okay, you need to split the terminal, and then okay, for this one, for the sample subscribe, you can actually click this run. Okay, it opened another window instead of that one. Okay, I'll delete this. So okay, we'll try to run this code. So okay, so you notice that right now it display the connected with result code 0, which is this one. So that means to say that this sample subscribe client is able to connect to the broker, and now it just wait for any incoming messages. So okay, I'll split again the screen, and then now I won't be able to run this one at the same time with this. So what we're going to do is we'll manually run the sample publish, by just typing .env, or okay, you just type the folder env, and then scripts, and then inside that we have the Python interpreter. Okay, and the next we'll specify the file name, sample dash publish, and when you press enter, okay, it shows us the connected result code 0, while at the same time it publishes the value of the count variable and then print it out. So as you can see here, while it is printing the value of count, the sample subscribe is also able to print that value. It will try to stop this one. Okay, so you notice that the subscriber or the sample subscribe client is not receiving anymore any value. And if I will try to run it again, okay, so now it will start back to 0 and then continue to receive this value. Now it will try to stop the subscribe. Okay, then we'll try to rerun it. Okay, so you'll notice that whatever is the current value being published by the publisher client, it will be automatically received by the subscriber. So okay, so one thing you need to remember in order for this to work is that whatever broker you assigned here should also be the same here. So if you remember on the slide, they should be connected on the same broker, so that the publisher will be able to send the message, and then the rest of the client that subscribes will also receive it from the broker. So that's it for the demo for this example, and then for the next video I'll be showing you the activity or what you'll need to do for the activity.